Hello everyone, I'm Jasper and this is JJ Vids. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be telling you guys the 5 things I love most about 2001 through 2006 Lexus LS430s. And the reason I'm making this video today is because I actually really like this car. I think it's one of the most solid built cars they ever made in the last 30 years. And through my ownership of this car, I don't really have too much complaints about it. And that's why I'm making today's video, so I can tell you guys my 5 favorite things about 2001 through 2006 Lexus LS430s. Let's get into it. Now, the Lexus LS430 being the flagship sedan for the Lexus brand, there's a lot of things to like about this car, and the first thing I love about the Lexus LS430 has to do with the exterior, and it's the overall quality that Lexus put into it. And the first thing I want to touch on is the paint. This paint right here is a 3-stage paint job that Lexus applies to some of their vehicles. This being an LS, being the flagship sedan, this paint job comes standard with it, but this is called crystal white. And if you come up close to it, you can see a lot of metallic flake with a lot of blues, greens, and silvers, and it's a beautiful paint job. And this is definitely one of my favorite parts about the LS430 is the paint. And just taking a look at the LS430 from any angle, this is a 20-year-old car, and this paint looks brand new. I mean, it literally looks like it rolled off the showroom floor, and this car has been parked outside for most of its life, and that really goes to show the quality that Lexus puts into their paint jobs. And I'm quite blown away with just the overall bodywork on this thing, and that is my first favorite part about the Lexus LS430 is the paint and bodywork and the quality that goes in to making this happen. The second thing I love about the Lexus LS430, we gotta hop into the interior to show you what I'm talking about, and we have to turn the key because all Lexus LS430s are standard with a 4.3 liter naturally aspirated V8. I'm gonna show you what this thing looks like right now. Popping the hood, here it is. This thing is the power plant of the Lexus LS430. And this motor in particular is codenamed the 2UZ-FE. And this thing just so happens to be aircraft certified by the FAA in 1997. Now, I don't know if they ever put these motors into actual aircraft, but it's certified, and that's good enough for me. And on top of that, these motors are so reliable. These things will go hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles as long as you just do your annual service and oil change on these things. This specific LS only has 75,000 original miles on it, so you can pretty much eat off the top of this engine bay. It is so clean. And another thing I love about this motor is how quiet and smooth it is. I mean, this thing just purrs like a kitten, and when you're inside, you can barely even hear the motor going. I'm actually going to show you what I'm talking about right now. Here we are in the interior, and I mean, this thing idles at like 600 RPMs, and you really cannot hear the motor in this thing. I mean, you can hear the smallest little burble in the background just to kind of hint its presence, but it's so smooth. There's no rumbling in the steering wheel. It's really like this thing was off. Like, this thing does not, I mean, I cannot even tell that the motor is really on in this car. And that's the second thing I love about the LS430 is the naturally aspirated 4.3 liter V8 that all LS430s come with. Now, the third thing that I love about Lexus LS430s is the insulation in the interior, because when I'm talking right now, it's really like I'm secluded in a well-built house or fortress. I mean, you really don't hear anything outside. The only thing I can faintly hear right now is the motor rumbling, and it's so faint to where you can't really even tell it's on. And when you're on the highway in this car or driving through any sort of conditions, rain, shine, snow, you're so discluded from the outside elements. And this is definitely one of the most solid built interiors in terms of insulation that I've ever been in. And that is definitely my third favorite part about the LS430. So my fourth favorite feature on the LS430 has to do with the heated seats, and these things work really, really well. I mean, there's over 20 different adjustments from bottom, scrolling it all the way up. And another part about these heated seats that is so crazy is that this car, being a 2002 Japanese car, also has rear heated seats. And this LS430 is a really low spec example. So that means pretty much all LS430s come with the rear heated seats. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with the rear heated seats. Coming in here, located right here in the center console. And if you put this up, really nice center console right here. And look, you have heated seats for both the left and the right side, which, I mean, is just luxury. It's super, super nice. And that's my fourth favorite feature on the Lexus LS430. Now, the fifth and final reason I love the Lexus LS430 just has to do with, like I said before, the quality that goes into this car, inside and out and everything in between. Just going from opening up the door handle, and look at this, we have rear ashtrays for the rear occupants. Everything in here is also really high quality. It feels good to the touch. The rear seats also get automatic roll down windows, so all you have to do is push it one time. The rear windows will roll down, as well as the front and all the windows of this car. And another thing is the proportions of the LS430. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this rear window is absolutely huge. I mean, I can easily stick my whole body out of the LS430 rear window with no problem. And obviously the LS430 window rolls all the way down, so you don't have that inconvenience. But going into the proportions of the LS430, just taking a look at the door, a huge door on this car, and look, you can really see that metallic flake shine right there. Same thing with the front door. The quality of the door handles, super nice. You have the little chrome inlays in the door handles, and just pulling it open, the proportions are huge on this car. Comparing it to any other car like a Camry, even an Avalon, the LS430 is so much bigger, but it's not annoyingly big either, because this car is not a huge vehicle. I have one more bonus thing I love about the LS430, just bringing that up. We actually got to drive this thing because it has to do with the turning radius on LS430s. This thing has better turning radius than my small little Lexus IS300 or my Toyota Corolla. I mean, it is insane. I don't know how they do it, but look, turning this wheel all the way to the side. Let's go outside. Let's just see how deep this steering wheel is turned right here. And you guys may not be able to tell from the video, but this thing turns so much deeper than any other Toyota that I've ever driven. And we're going to hop in right now. I'm going to show you how this thing turns on a dime. Let's just go up the street a little bit. So making a U-turn in the LS430 is no worries. This thing has the most insane turn radius of any of the cars that I own. Look, we're going to make this no worries. Look at that. 1-point U-turn in this huge sedan. And that is definitely a bonus, but that's another feature that I absolutely love about the Lexus LS430 is just the sharp turning radius in this car. Another feature I love about the Lexus LS430s, and this is a bonus feature, is how accurate the miles per gallon gauge is on this car. This car says we're getting about 17.3 miles to the gallon average MPG. And I'm really big into crunching the numbers every time I fill up this car to see what my exact miles per gallon is when driving this car around. And guess what? It's 17.3 miles to the gallon. It's not even 0.1 miles off. And I have never been in another Lexus or any other car that has had a miles per gallon gauge or fuel consumption gauge that is this accurate like the Lexus LS430 is. And those are the 5 things that I just love about 2001 through 2005 Lexus LS430s. And if you guys like this type of content, please be sure to subscribe to the JJ Vids channel, as well as follow my Instagram account, and most importantly, leave a comment down below if you enjoy content like this. But remember, you guys, we have a 1,000 subscriber giveaway going on for the JJ Vids channel right now, and I'm going to be giving one of you guys a $100 O'Reilly's gift card giveaway. So in order to sign up for that, read the description below to get dialed in with that. And with that being said, thank you all for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.